Start streaming. All right, here we go. So yeah, I found this at the game store. As soon as I walk in the game store, the dude at the game store was like, "Yeah, we got all these like homebrew shooters and all this like stuff." I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Yeah, let me look through it." Right, so I looked through this bin. There was some good shit in there. I found this Last Hope pink bullets. So this is the one with the, I guess, the different colored bullets, so you can see. Apparently, this game had the little bit of like the Battle Garega syndrome, where the bullets are the same color as the foreground and the background. So they made this one with the pink bullets. So I'm gonna have to get the original and see how much different it really is. But this wasn't too bad. This was that was my offer, $60. So they took my offer. It looked like brand new on eBay. They go for like 80 or 90. So I figured 60 was fair. They actually went as low as 50, but I just gave them the 60 and told them keep the change. So, but they had Neo Zix on there. What's up, dude? Yeah, I found this at the game store. This was there. Dreamcast game, Last Hope pink bullets, right? But they had Neo Zix there. They had Redux Dark Matters. They had Ducks. I should have picked up the original Ducks. I actually don't have that one. They had some Saturn RPGs. Like they had like Magic Knight Ray Earth, and they had like Shining Force for Sega CD. Dude, someone traded in a bunch of good shit. The copy of Neo Zix that they had, I said, bro, I already have this game. As the kid that worked there, I was like, bro, you're gonna want this game. Like, there's certain games I see him get traded in there, and I know he like collects video games. He's like into video games, right? It's just certain stuff that I know about. I have an obligation to tell him, like, look, you're gonna want to take this home. Like, he had a copy of Mushi Mushi Pork and Pink Sweets there. I was like, dude, you're going to want, I know this is an expensive game. I was like, he'll get it cheaper. He works there. I'm sure he'll get the hook up. I'll get the hook up. He'll probably, you know what I mean? But hopefully he took that game home, because I was like, dude, you're going to want this game. I'm telling you, it's really good. But anyway, yeah, I hope all is well with you too, bro. I'm actually going to play this is the D6, the Retro Fighters controller. It's got a micro switch D-pad. I don't know if you can hear that. Anyway, let's see. Very easy, yeah, that's right. Pod sensitivity. I don't know what that means. Pod sensitivity. I'm just going to leave that at 2. You can rotate the pod with L and R. Oh shit, I'm actually playing right now. See, so you can like rotate the pod up and down. So I guess you're supposed to rotate it behind you. I've never played this game before. You got a charge shot, kind of like an R-type. And you can tell this is an NG Dev Team game because the sound effects sound just like Gunlord. Fuck. Yes. Continue. There we go. This is one of those ones that I'm going to have to play for a while to like figure out all the patterns. This is definitely one of those types of games. Like an example of that would be like Polestar for, you know, the Neo Geo CD. That's one that's like that. That's what this reminds me of, is Polestar. Yeah, I've always wanted to play this game. I just never, you know. Like, I've seen it, like, when it came out. This came out in, like, what, like 2008? I remember around the time that this came out. You know, like, Video Games New York had copies. There was copies for sale. I just never jumped on it. But I pretty much have all the other, like the NG Dev Team and the HuCast games. I pretty much have everything that they released on the Dreamcast. Maybe I should buy another Neo Geo and then start collecting the NG Dev Team Neo Geo games. Pricey endeavor. Like, watch, I'm about to rotate the pod behind me. I don't know how you're supposed to kill this thing. Oh yeah, these games are known for having bosses that take up like a whole side of the screen. So this is a lot like, this boss is a lot like a boss you'd see in what, Ryzen EX. Maybe I should hit this guy with a charge shot. There we go. That's what you do. You got to charge shot him and hit him in the skull. Yeah, pretty cool game though, dude. I'm digging this so far. Yeah, they had some good... Someone traded in some good shit at the game store, man. See, that's why you always got to check in there. I try to check in there once a week. God damn. Just Press Play opened up like this mega store out in Lancaster, and they already had a store in Lancaster. I don't know if they shut it down yet or not, but their new store, it's like a... It's kind of like a small warehouse, and like all the shelving and everything is like wire shelving. So like the store kind of reminds you of like walking through a convention. So it has that look to it, which ain't bad. It ain't bad, but I found one game there that I bought. It's a PS1 game. That game, Ray Crisis. For whatever reason, I didn't own Ray Crisis. You know, like the Working Designs published one for PS1. So I picked that up. But they had some good shit there. They had like Cotton for the TTI release of Cotton for Turbo CD. I didn't even want to ask how much that cost. They probably wanted, if I had to guess, I'd say probably like $1,200 or something like that. And if I ever came across that game and it was say like as low as like $800, I'd probably pay $8 for it. Or like another one I would pay $8 for is Super Air Zonk for Turbo City, the TTI release. I'd throw $8 at that. Even though it's not as good as the Hue Card version of Air Zonk. But I could just get the PC Engine version. I think it's probably the same thing. Oh wow, I fucking just killed that boss that quick. Air Zonk's one, dude. That's such a good game, Air Zonk, and I feel like for the money, you can actually do pretty good. You can get like a complete inbox if you wait and play it safe. You could get a complete inbox, like a clean version, a clean copy of Air Zonk for like $375, $400 if you play your cards right. I feel like for the money, that's worth it for a good turbo game that's like good like that. Like with the cardboard box. I paid a lot for my copy. God damn. This stage 3 don't fuck around, dude. I do like this controller though, this D6 Dreamcast controller. I got a Saturn. Look, let me show you something cool that I came across on eBay one day. Sitting in bed one night, you know, just, you know, doom scrolling on the phone, right? What's up, Dean? What's up, dude? Let me show you something. I'm going to show you a little device that I found on eBay one night, just doom scrolling on like eBay. I found this device right here, and you might say, what the hell is that, right? This is a Dreamcast. You plug this in into the Dreamcast. right? The top of it, you plug in the VMU, you know, the visual memory unit. You plug that in up top so you actually see it. You have to like go all the way to the console to see it. But once you have this plugged in, you can plug in. All right, so you can plug in a keyboard, you can plug in a Sega Saturn controller, and you can plug in a PlayStation controller. And they all work great on the Sega Saturn. This thing wasn't cheap. I know something like this, if I came across something like this, it would be expensive. I think this was like $70 when I saw it. And so I just jumped right on it. And the thing works like a charm, dude. Like, this is like one of the best things I've ever thrown money at. But right now I'm using the D6, the Retro Fighters D6. It's actually a micro switch D-pad. It's not bad. I've heard people bitch about it. I've heard that this is not good for fighting games, and that's what these are actually made for, fighting games. But any kind of like 2D like shooters, the shit that I like, this controller works great for it. But yeah, I hate the Dreamcast controller. So there's like, you know, I have to do like whatever it takes to whatever it takes to get a good controller out of the Dream, because the Dreamcast has some good shit, you know. What the fuck did I hit? All right, this level is confusing me. Bitch. Dude, the Dreamcast controller sucks, dude. I hate it. I have another option that I was having issues with it not too long ago, but I have this at the ASCII, they published games but they made peripheral, but the ASCII pad. This is it's like a Dreamcast controller. It looks like one, or it's a Saturn controller shape, but for the Dreamcast. So these are kind of pricey. They're anywhere from $80 to $100. This one's actually like a rare version. It's with the box, so I'm sure you could imagine. But it works decent. But it doesn't work great. The D-pad on this is good. It's way better than like a stock OEM Dreamcast controller by far, right? But it's not great, and it's not on the level that I need to play shooters. This doesn't cut it. It works, but it doesn't cut the mustard, you know? It's actually controllers like this. That Destiny FOMO chick, she's real big on, like, controllers and different control. That's a thing that I'm into, too. Just because of shooters, and I like the circular, D-pad, so... Anytime I was ever talking with that chick, it was about different controllers for systems. It's good to know that other people appreciate good controller. Dude, if for a good controller with a good D-pad, I'll pay any price, dude. Like, it's really important to me. And the Dreamcast it just doesn't have it. And it's so crazy that it's a Sega. Like, you think about the Genesis, and then the evolution from the Genesis 6-button controller, which I'm not crazy about the shape of, but has a good D-pad. And then they moved to the Saturn controller, which is it's my all-time favorite, 2D controller, the circular D-pad. I like the Saturn controller a lot. And just the fact that they went from that Saturn controller to that odd Dreamcast controller, and even the 3D controller for the Sega Saturn, you know, the 3D controller for like Nights into Dreams, that round, you could see where they started coming up with their Dreamcast controller idea just from the looks of that Sega Saturn controller. Fuck. There's a fucking Saturn controller for the PlayStation that's... I missed out on one just recently. I didn't want to pay the guy's price. He wanted like $80 for it, which is actually a good deal. Fucking that's one controller that Destiny chick has that I want really, really bad. If she's listening right now and has two of them or an extra one, I will pay your price if you're trying to come up off of one of them things. I need that Saturn controller for the PlayStation. Think about all the PlayStation shooters there are. And there's some good ones. There's some real hitters on the PlayStation. And they got some really good exclusives too. Yeah, this is just one of those games you got to replay levels over and over and over and over again and memorize the level. Oh, you know, not good for live streaming. Bitch. I was showing Albert these cotton candy grapes that I got. It's like last week or a couple weeks ago or some shit. And he sent me a picture. He found them too. God, this boss is just like a boss in Ryzion. You can feel, if you know that game, you can feel the similarities. You know what live stream I've been listening to that I think is pretty good is that on Kick, that you know, Kino Casino on Kick. They got a good little show because, like, I like videos that are, like, longer than, like, you know, let's say 10 minutes. So, you know, I could, like, be at work or if I'm doing something and I want to listen to, like, a podcast, like, formatted video, you know, something that has a little bit of length to it. I mean, they got streams that are, like, 5, 6, 7 hours long. So you can just let that shit go. It's just, like, you know, like, double the length of like, a movie or something like that. Bitch. Oh, you got me. God, these things don't die. Motherfucker. That cliff has like a butthole in it. Did you see that? See, I don't know what in the like the foreground and the background can hurt me and what can't. I have no idea. Oh, you can upgrade your sub weapon. Alright, that's pretty nice to know. It's a good reward for, you know, once you get decent at the game, you can upgrade your sub weapon. That's like it's good to know. There we go. God, this third level though, this thing's a monster. You know one thing I did not do? There we go. I didn't adjust my webcam. That's something I usually always do. I forgot. Oh, I need that. I need that capsule. Fuck. Fuck, god damn it. Ugh. You gotta time that shit just right. Or I guess you could use your force pod and... I guess that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to use your pod to block them. Man. Come on. Dang it. God. Fuck. Man. Dreamcast has... yeah, I mean, considering, like, the homebrew, there's some decent... yeah, it's got it doesn't have as many as, like, Saturn. It's got a fair amount, though. It's got a lot more than the N64, huh? What do I have for the Dreamcast? It's like... oh, you know one thing I found? Oh, I found this many years ago, but you know how they had Twinkle Star sprites for the Sega Saturn, right? It's the Neo Geo, you know, ADK developed, I believe, but they also had it for the Dreamcast. And there's a 3D one that I got for the PS2 that I think I found the same day that I found this one. That's right, I forgot Capcom ported Gigawing to I love that port too. It's got an arranged soundtrack. The first Gigawing, and there's a second one too. I actually got this one at a convention. They had this at the game store out. That the new Just Press Play Mega Store has a copy of Gigawing too. But the first one. This one has a pink case. So this is the game I was just playing, the Last Hope, Pink Bullets. This is like the pink case version. Oh, I loaded my game save. Nice. All right. Where in the... I usually don't use this guy, but... Giggling is cool. Especially the Dreamcast port. The Dreamcast port has that special arranged soundtrack, and the bullet deflect mechanic is like tweaked a little bit. I could never play this game with just a stock Dreamcast controller. It just didn't work for me. It wasn't until I started getting better controller options that I really started having fun with some of these Dreamcast games. Bam. That's right. Perfect. That's right. Oh, the soundtrack, like the arranged soundtrack in this, like really starts standing out. Like, really the whole game, but it just like it gets better and better and better as the levels progress. All right, now we got the. Yeah, it's like they no. I see it. The game stores in my area have this game. I'm seeing a lot of games now because like people are selling off their collections, but I've been seeing Gigawing and Gigawing 2 recently, which is a game I never used to see. Yes, sir. Give me that bomb. All right, come on, boss. Out of print. Yeah. Oh, there's now. God, I have this on my Switch, right? But it's the arcade. Like it's. You can download it on Switch, right? It is not the same as this. So the Dreamcast version is in a league all its own. It's retooled. It's reworked a little bit. It's better. This is the best version of this game is for the Dreamcast. Like, I wish they would port the Dreamcast version to the Switch or modern consoles in general. Oh, God damn it. God, this thing is kicking my ass. There we go. See, this level, I'm used to using that fire, you know, the red, you know, the one that has the fire that, like, especially in like Giga Wing Generations, it starts spinning around, you know? Like the concentrated shot. That's the one that I normally use. This guy has like kind of like a spread shot. Oh, the train level. Every good shooter has its train level. Oh, I was hoping it would let me pick someone else. You know, I'm actually playing this with the retro game cables, the RGB through component, where it's, you can do the 480i, or it has a 480i and a 480p switch on it. I'm actually using that, and I'm running that to the Retro Tink 5X. Pretty good looking picture though. Ah. It's getting hot in her. Ugh. All right, I'm jumping off. I got to get up early as hell tomorrow. I really just wanted to check out Last Hope, but yeah, I know I haven't had time to stream or play video games in general at all lately. I've just been so busy, like so busy. But you know, granted, I'm, you know, not out till midnight. You know, I'll try to jump on, you know, sometime this week, and I'm actually playing Lunar right now for on Switch. You know, the Switch port, the Lunar game. So I'll stream that if you're. I figured nobody would want to see that, so that's why I haven't been, you know, streaming that. But I mean, if you'd be interested in checking some of that out, I'll stream it. You know, you just gotta let me know if it's an RPG, so it's like, but it's a good turn-based RPG. So I don't know. Maybe we'll check it out, and maybe I'll stream it. And you know, if it doesn't bore the hell out of everyone, or really anyone, you know, I'll stream it. But again, it's an RPG, so not something that I've really, you know, known for playing on YouTube. But hey, I appreciate you stopping by, man. So yeah, till next time. Peace.